It's a small world. Me and Jay Will, we grew up together.
Joe from downtown.
Your Oklahoma City Thunder select Jaylin.
Isaiah Joe will get his first action in the Thunder uniform.
Welcome to OKC. What have these last 48 hours been like for you?
It's been amazing. I mean, ever since we got the phone calls and been able to sign the documents, it's been a journey, but it's been one, to keep in memory, because I just, want to thank the team, thank the coaching staff and all that for giving me a chance. During this camp here, everybody was so excited, and I think even the kids in there, it shows how hard they work. Whenever they call me and Jay Will out, they're calling us out like they could beat us. And I like that. They want to show that they have determination.
I had a couple favorite classes. I like art. But yeah, I had a couple favorite classes. Miss Bean, she was my PE teacher back in 5th and 6th grade. And then she came over here and she was my teacher 10th, 11th, or 11th and 12th grade. So she came to every home game. If it was a big away game, she came to it.
We're a community that helps each other out when in need, but we're a huge team and a huge family. That's kind of like why we wanted to go to Oklahoma City to a game, is because they've never forgotten us, and we need to stand up and show them support as well. And so we'll never not travel to support them.
Jaylin, I had him as a sophomore. He was very fun. The very first day that I met him, he had to duck to get in my classroom. And of course I asked him, "Do you play basketball?" And his response was, "Yes, and I'm going to play for the NBA someday." So he said that when he was a sophomore.
How y'all doing today?
I had Isaiah in class. He was just kind of this tall kid who was very polite, very smart, did his work, which is what all teachers appreciate, and very respectful. His presence in the hall, I remember just kind of being a normal kid. And for someone who's really good at what they do, like, he was a star basketball player then, but he didn't have that cockiness about him. Very, very supportive. We would take buses down to the championship games, and we would have huge student population down there. I was usually watching those on TV because it was during the school day, so we would, broadcast them and pause on the biology. Oklahoma City's 3 hours away, but it feels local. It's just really, really cool to see.
I had the privilege of having Zay first hour of every day. The teaching profession has this rep of being kind of difficult for teachers, but there's always those one or two students throughout your lifetime that make it worth coming to. And I was blessed each year to have at least one student in which I was just happy to wake up in the mornings and get to work and do my job. And Zay, he was that for me.
I had Isaiah as a junior, and that school year he signed to go to U of A, full ride. He never made a thing of it. And one of the other teachers one day said something about Isaiah going to U of A, and I'm like, when'd that happen? Well, he was just very humble and just wasn't a thing. And we had maybe 30 to 40 teachers and families that came, and one of them had the big Isaiah head, which we all want to have heads next time. We're already planning our next one. And it was the most fun. Get to see those kids. They're men now, but they'll always be kids to us. On the floor, and people are wearing their jerseys and their shirts. I mean, it was unreal. It was just unreal. We would do our bell work, and I'd ask a question, and if someone answered it, I'm like, all right, here's the Smarties, and I'm throwing them out. And then Isaiah would just come in some days, and he goes, "Miss Lindy, I just need a Smartie." And I'm like, okay, here you go. And I'd give him some Smarties. When they won the championship, I told him, listen, when you swish and you make those threes, I want the word synthesis to go through your mind, because we were working on something in writing. And I said, and every time you do that, I've got Smarties for you. So obviously he made a bunch, and then he came back to school the next week, and I've got a picture of him standing in front of all these pictures holding up his Smarties. So it was a lot of fun. And we went to the game last year, and I didn't have Smarties. When I told him, I said, I failed big time. But we stopped at 2 stores on the way, and they're not having Smarties. But I won't be caught again without Smarties. know.
When we were warming up, I was like, you see your fat head up there?
Baby Zay. That's what I'm calling it. They both had integrity. They both had great sportsmanship. Wanted to be a proud Grizzly. That's what I see with Thunder as well.
Y'all gonna have fun, get better,
I ain't gonna miss
work hard.
When they have to go out and represent themselves, whether it was in the classroom or the court, you could expect that they were going to do the right thing. When you have the skill and you work hard, then you end up being where you're supposed to be.
Just to be so well rooted in family and community that they can come back and share the goodwill, and just the idea that Zay is coming to town, he's throwing a camp at the arena. I mean, that just gets the whole town, 90,000 people just like, oh yeah, this is great. I'm really happy for Fort Smith. I'm glad that they have the time to do that and to just kind of remember their roots. It's a testament to their character. Their humility really shows when they can come to town and just do good, because, once a Northside Grizzly, always a Grizzly.
Excuse me? You want these?
Yeah. He's such a humble person. No matter who it is or what time of day, they will stop and make time for you because you are important to them as well. We always knew they would go somewhere. Did we ever dream that they would be in the NBA together at the Thunder? Never in a million years.
Hey, family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
There we go.
Let's keep getting better.